Now to growing calls to stop federal layoffs and the political players behind them as protesters gathered at the federal building in Northeast Portland this evening, many of who recently found out they were fired. Catherine Cook was there and spoke with some of them tonight. Catherine.
David, federal cuts hit the Bonneville Power Administration the hardest. They lost about 20% of their workforce. But there are others. We talked with a Forest Service employee who just lost his job and drove 5.5 hours to stand in protest.
No king, no crown, we won't back down.
Outside the federal building in Northeast Portland, a message to the Trump administration as mass federal layoffs continue.
You don't need to come in with a sledgehammer and knock everything down and disrupt people's lives and take their jobs away from them.
Patty Espy is a retired nurse. She's shaken by layoffs at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and National Institutes of Health. The federal agencies have lost about 5,200 workers as diseases like bird flu and COVID-19 bear down.
I worked back in the day when AIDS first came. And if it wasn't for the CDC and the National Institute of Health to help us, we didn't know what it was. We didn't know how to take care of the patients.
I was fired yesterday morning.
Dane Gallish drove 5.5 hours to be here. He was a botanist at the Immigrant Creek Ranger District in the Malheur National Forest, one of 5 people fired there so far.
My former coworkers who are showing up every morning to serve their country at the ranger station are living in fear, and they can't come and talk to you guys about this. So someone's got to.
It's scary. There's fear of backlash.
Rachel, a federal healthcare worker, helped organize this rally. She believes these cuts are impacting all Americans, not just the federal employees losing their jobs.
We are here today to remind the public of who we are, to celebrate what we do, and to let this country know that we do want to serve.
The federal building behind these protesters is home to the Bonneville Power Administration. Since January, the Trump administration has cut more than 400 BPA jobs. Over the weekend, they restored 30 of those positions. Jobs which sources tell KGW could impact reliability or other important functions of BPA. Those here say it's a nod to the danger and uncertainty of these massive federal cuts.
And it's not my job, it's not the National Forest System. I am more concerned about our democracy.
It could be a while before we see the true scope of these federal cuts as they keep rolling out. In the meantime, protesters are planning more demonstrations. That includes an economic blackout on the 28th, targeting corporations that have scaled back on DEI. David.
A lot to keep track of and some very real consequences. Thank you, Catherine.